Welcome to Wrestling with Heart, a podcast looking at pro wrestlers giving back to their community. Join me, Stanley Carr, as I interview wrestling's hottest names who use their platforms as entertainers to raise awareness and do community service. Hello and welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Heart. This is the show where we talk with professional wrestlers and professional wrestling personalities about their lives in and outside of the ring, as well as doing acts of charity work, community service, volunteering, and spreading positivity. We're always about the positive vibes here on the show. And with me right now, I've got a very special guest. He is currently working for CHW Pro Wrestling. That's Championship Honor Wrestling out of Ashland City, Tennessee. I'm pleased to welcome the one and only Stephen Green. Welcome, Stephen, to Wrestling with Heart.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's my pleasure. I had your brother Chris on a few months ago,
Yep.
and you come from a wrestling family in the greater Middle Tennessee area. Talk to me about your childhood and upbringing.
Oh man, we were the type of family like wrestling was always there. My grandma loved it. My dad loved it. Every night wrestling came on, we all just surrounded the TV and watched it, which at the time was WWF, WCW, stuff like that. So it was more like a family thing that we all did. So
It's in the blood. I mean, speaking from someone that's grown up a fan, now in the business, that's watching it, watched it at such a young age. I mean, you're
oh
just
yeah.
captivated by these characters and larger than life personalities. Did you have a favorite growing up that you
Oh
enjoyed
man.
watching?
There was a few. I like the Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was, the one that didn't care, just came out middle finger up. So that was kind of, and Sting. Sting was like all time favorite.
Those are some good ones. I mean,
Yeah,
Stone Cold was the brawler, just had this, tough guy
yeah,
personality, and Sting with the face paint and the
yeah,
brooding characters you would see later on in the Monday Night War eras. Uh, those are some really good ones. And it was really popular too in the 90s,
yeah,
in early 2000s. Everywhere you went, wrestling was everywhere. I mean,
yeah,
talk shows, uh, you go to the toy store, they'd have all the action figures lined
yeah,
up, magazine covers, books,
yeah,
everywhere. It was
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah. I remember a while back. I was smaller, but it's when Kmart was still open and John Cena was there doing the autographs and all that. So it was pretty cool. See somebody in person that you see on TV. So
Yeah, I mean, you get goosebumps. I mean, especially
yeah,
when you're around these people, walking around, whether you're at a show or you're at a meet and greet and getting the chance to meet your favorite wrestler. It's no better feeling in the world. And
oh yeah.
so, did you know at a young age that you wanted to go into this?
No, not really. Like it was just I love watching it. I didn't ever think about, hey, I want to do this, but um one night, after the show, got the ring, started playing around, and Tony Falk, his son LT, he was like, hey, pretty good. You want to train? So that I was like, yeah, pretty fun. So got into it and all that.
So you get that offer to do it, and I mean, you're off to the races from there. I mean, it's hard, when you're learning how to wrestle and
Yep,
they put you through all the drills and stuff. I'd imagine it's a workout, it's tough.
definitely, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've learned so much stuff from a bunch of different guys around the business, and I just sit and listen. Some people may take it as criticism, and but they're just trying to help you out. And so many people have got me advice. Anywhere from LT, Tony, Boogie Woogie Boy, Chase Stevens, just so many people just gave me advice, and I just sit there and listen. And try to do better each and every show. Because like, nobody's perfect. We're all the same people, so all we can do is try to get better and show each other different things of what we can do better.
Yeah, and so when you're learning from these guys, do you recall any pieces of advice that your trainers or mentors gave you that you're still applying to today?
So many, man, just I remember, Boogie, he was like, treat this as a real fight. Think about it. If you're in a real fight, you're going to get this big, tall monster. You're not going to go up to him and punch him in the face. Go for his knees, go for his feet, whatever, to get him down. So it's just small little piece of advice like that, you can kind of think about it once you're in the ring with whoever you're in there with. So, it's just I try to take that, remember that, and do better, as I go on.
It is a process because you're constantly learning new things,
Yes.
and it's like the little details are very important because
Yeah.
it's like a dance. You're working with your partner, being able to
Yeah.
take those maneuvers and execute them correctly,
Yeah.
and repetition. I mean, you're putting those reps in constantly.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Sure. Yeah.
N-
It's definitely something, like I've heard people say, "Oh, this is easy, that's just, padding underneath the mat or whatever." But I mean, a lot of people don't realize, like, once we're done with the show and we're at home with our families, like we're beat down like so much, especially with someone who don't do shows as much. Like I'm just doing the one show a month right now, and you know, it's just like by the time I get healed, it's time to do it again and beat your body up again. But I mean, if you take it and you do a show every single day, your body's immune to it, and it don't bother you as much.
Well, it's like playing a musical instrument. I mean, guitar players, they'll play, constantly, and their fingers hurt, constantly
Yep,
because, and thus you get calluses from it. So
yep,
once you're doing it so many times, it's muscle memory, and your body is accustomed and used to
yep,
all the punishment that you're taking.
yep,
If you're taking all these bumps and bruises.
yep.
So 2009 was when you made your debut.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about your first match. Were you
Oh,
nervous, scared?
so nervous. I'm, standing at the doors because it was a double door we go in. It was at the stadium in downtown Nashville, and music was playing, and man, I was just so nervous. But it's like once I went through those doors and everybody was up on their feet, it was a whole different world, and the nervous, everything just went out the window. And it's two different worlds, inside the ring and outside. So I mean, it was something different. But I liked it, so I was like, I really like this. I want to do it. But I mean, I was pretty nervous by the time I got in the ring and all that. So
Do you recall who you wrestled on that particular evening?
it was actually LT. He's my trainer, and we had our first match together.
When you guys, after the match was over, did you guys talk about,
Yeah, we did. Gave me advice on what I can do better, what I should do more, and stuff like that. Because you have different guys who do certain moves, and those moves should just fit you, is how I would put it. Like you wouldn't see me giving someone a choke slam, because look how little I am. So
everybody's got a style,
they do.
and
Yep.
so that's the cool thing about wrestling is that there's all kinds of variety, different kinds of performers. You got your big guys that are 7 foot tall. You got your smaller guys that are about 225. You're able to work with a variety of different opponents over the years,
Yeah.
getting mentored by so many people. Um, Talk to me about some of the people you got to share the ring with. You'd mentioned you talked with Chase Stevens and
Yeah.
Boogie Woogie Boy Gary Valiant.
Yeah.
What were they like to be around?
They're just like all around down to earth people. Every organization I've been in the locker room with, everyone was just so, you know, they were just really cool people. I've not met anyone who's just negative at all. Just everyone's just like friendly, and we all get along. It's almost like we're all family when we're in the locker room, no matter what organization we're with.
Now you've been in the business a while, and your brother Chris got into the business
Yeah.
later on as well. Really, he was telling me how he was really inspired by you, and that's how you guys kind of got you guys started working together as a tag team.
Yeah.
Uh, any fond memories you want to share of working with your brother?
So many with him. Man, like we'll like I'll just mess with him. When we're in the ring and he's tagging. I'm like, Chris, fix your hair. Mess with. We always gave him crap about his hair because he's the only one who has a long hair, and like I would just like mess with him in the ring. It's like, hey, do this to him. He's like, no, 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 I'm not doing that. It's like, okay, just chill. I've tried so many years to make him hug me like outside the ring, but he won't. But he'll hug me like we win a match, will hug me, whatever. But he will not hug me like at a family get together, anything like that. So
Really?
I'm always gonna like, give me a hug, give me a hug. And he won't do it outside of the show, but at shows that we're tagging up, we win. Oh, he'll give me a hug.
He's got to play it up.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, come on, Chris, give me a hug. Like he's in the ring, he has no choice but to, get in the ring with me and give me a hug. So I give him crap all the time. I just like joking and being in a positive mood with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were champions too.
Yep. Yes, sir.
That had to have been an amazing feeling getting to win those belts.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. Especially with my brother and all that. So we have another brother that got into it. Justin. He was in it for a while, but we had done a match. Me, Justin, and Boogie Woogie Boy. It was a 6-man tag. Me, him, and Justin. We worked the Wolves and Hot Rod Biggs, and I remember like looking over. Rod's got this big stop sign, and he hits Justin in the head, and it was so loud. Like
Mm.
it felt like I felt it. And I rolled over to him. I was like, "You good?" He's like, my head hurts so bad." But he eventually he went to the doctor and he had a concussion because he hit him so hard. So after that, and then his health and all that, so he just gave it up and all that. But I really wish he would have stayed in it so me, him, and Chris can have different matches together.
It's hard because when you're in the ring and injuries can happen at any time, and you got to
Yeah.
be careful out there. And
Yep.
so, making that transition, I'm sure it was a difficult decision, but I'm sure he's enjoying what he's doing now.
Yep. Yep. Injuries happen all the time, even when you think that it's not going to happen. I've had so many injuries in the ring. Me and the White Tiger, we were working a tag match in Gallatin, and I just like during the match, I heard something just in my leg, just kind of, almost like the tear kind of thing, and I was like, I can't move. He's like, he picks me up, and he's like, no, we're gonna finish this match. We finished it, but I ended up going to the doctor, and I tore both groins, each
Ooh,
side of my leg. So
goodness.
yeah, so I was like, oh my god, it hurt so bad. But you never know when something's going to happen in the ring. So that's why it's always try to be careful, be safe, and keep each other safe. In the ring.
What's the one thing that keeps you going after suffering an injury that makes you get motivated to go back in the ring, get back in the ring?
Just the fans, really. It's just I've been to shows where I wasn't wrestling, and it's just like the smaller kids will come up to me like, "Hey, are you going to wrestle this and that?" That's what keeps me going. And now gotten older, kids they love it. So that's another thing that like my son for sure. He's like, Dad, I like seeing you wrestle this and that. So I think he eventually wants to try to get into it. But yeah, just fans and families just what keeps it going. So
Yeah, I mean, CHW has drawn in so many people,
yeah,
getting the chance to attend and be a part of the team over there, and the work that everyone is doing right now, it really is top notch.
yeah,
Uh, it's growing. It's you're getting the attention of so many people, and you recently had the chance to work with Chase Stevens on the cards,
yes.
and Andy Douglas
Andy
as
Douglas.
well. So, what was it like working the match with them?
And I've known them for so long. Done some work with them at it was NWA at the fairgrounds in the Nashville area, and that's where I first met him and all that. But I've known Chase. I've known him for a long time, but it was just fun, and it's almost like having one of your good friends back with you, and like just having a good time, locker room and in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, when you're coming out there and you see the fans that are roaring, that are just filled with excitement getting to see you come out, you get a big pop. I mean, it has to feel good, getting the
Oh
chance to have
yeah.
that ovation. Now, getting the chance to work against your brother, how did that all come about? How did you feel about it? Were
Oh man,
did you
I guess he wanted to go to the other side, which is, I mean, oh, it's okay. It's your choice. You can do what you want, but it felt good giving him a little ass whooping that he needed.
Well, it's different because when you're a heel, you can kind of get away with more. It's easier, I
Yeah.
guess, to get people to hate you than it is to like you.
Yep.
But the fact that you guys have had this rivalry go on
Yep.
and people are getting into it, people want to know what's going to happen next in the story. I mean, it really is uh, something must see
Yeah,
because the story unwinds, develops, and people want to know what's going to happen next. So
yeah.
it really is an incredible rivalry.
Oh yeah, we talked a long time ago, at least 3 years ago. He's like, you know, we agree with like we need to work each other before we're done with this, because we both want something to look back at when we're older, later on down the road, and that's what we're doing, and it's fun. I love it. He's my brother. I love him, but he turned heel. So I mean, it's just like I said, it's a different thing when you go out there and you know no matter who you work at, these fans are just up on their feet. It's just, that adrenaline is just pumping.
Do you see yourself going to the dark side eventually? Do you see yourself want to be a heel or?
I don't honestly. I've I've worked here one time in Woodbury with Chase Stevens. Actually,
Hmm,
it was so different that it was like I can't ever do Hill again ever.
really?
So yeah, it just I didn't like it. I love interacting with the fans and joking and laughing, having a good time with them. So I don't see myself going heel at all.
Now, you've gotten to work with a lot of different people over the course of your time in the business so far. Who have been some of your favorite opponents that you've gotten to work against?
Oh man, so many. Start back with USWO. I got to work with Jeremiah Plunkett, Quentin Charisma, Sean Hoodrich, LT, Tony Falk, all of them. We go to Saul. I got to work with Kid Cash was one of them. Chase Stevens, just a bunch of them. Being Cody Weatherby, we tagged up for a good bit. I'm not sure if you remember him, but he was the guy TJ Weatherby that ran Saul, his
Mhm.
son. So we tagged up for a good while, and is man just all around so many that I can't even think of half their names. Richard Lowe. There's so many that I just had a good time with. You know,
Yeah, and to see what you're doing now with CHW, like I said, it's growing, it's expanding. Talk to me about starting up CHW, being a part of it, uh, and where do you guys see yourselves going forward?
and we started a while back, and then I think right after COVID is when we shut down, and then we all got together. We talked again about starting it back up because we there's nothing to do in Ashland City, so um, we started it back up, and it's just growing from there. And we really like the talent we have there is amazing. We can't thank them enough. They come in and they put in hard work. They give it 1,000%, and they kill it when they get in the ring, honestly. And like I said, we can't thank them enough. Everybody there, from the wrestlers, security, announcers, everybody. So it's big teamwork, and we really appreciate everybody who's there putting in their hard work.
And it really is a group effort
Yeah,
because there's so much that goes into putting together this type of event. And
yes,
we got the YouTube channel going on now, and you've got
yeah,
the Facebook page and everything. So
yeah,
people to know what's going on. And Chase was down there, Andy was down
yeah,
there. So many guys are coming down there. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the future. And you're big on doing stuff in the community,
yeah,
helping out with different causes and doing like charity work and things like
yeah.
that. What kinds of things have you done over the years to help out in your community?
Uh, Not too long ago during the winter, me, mom, dad, and a couple of my brothers, you know, it was actually after Thanksgiving, honestly. We had a bunch of leftover food, so we made plates and we just drove around, found homeless, and just giving out plates of food and stuff like that. So anytime we get a chance to do something like that, we try to do it. Just to, you know, not throw something away, just give it to somebody who really needs it.
Yeah, I mean, especially that's a perfect time of the year,
Yeah.
especially with the holidays because it is the season of giving and people want to, it's better to give than receive. And so
Yeah.
you got so many people that unfortunately they can't afford to buy meals and can't go
Yes.
out. And so having that ability to go give them food during the holidays, it really is. It warms your heart
It
because
does.
there's just so much that it's magical that time of
Yeah.
year, and so I'm sure they felt really
Yeah.
touched by that. You
Yeah,
know.
the smallest thing to people like that is it's the biggest thing to them. You know, you hand them a plate of food and it makes their day just so much better. You know, the looks on their face when they get it and all that. But you know, we do so much like that. Me, mom, dad, brothers, like we do so much like that, but we don't put it like go out and try to record it and put it on Facebook, nothing like that, because it's not about that. It's just really about helping people and not trying
Exactly.
to get that clout. You know, like oh look,
Yeah.
I gave somebody a jacket or I gave somebody a plate of food just to record it, and you know that's not what it's about. But we've talked about trying to go to some of the homeless shelters and give out food, blankets, and socks like that. But you know, it's just the we're going to try to start a clothing drive or a jacket drive when it gets kind of cold. If we can get jackets and blankets donated to us, we were going to go out and hand them out to the homeless and homeless camps and stuff like that.
That's a great idea
Yeah,
because so many people, could
yeah,
use, comfortable clothing for that time as well.
yeah,
And it gets cold out there,
yeah.
especially, in Tennessee, during the winter time because
Oh yeah,
so many people, they get cold, they get chills and it's freezing outside.
yeah.
So you guys, everyone has to, have something to keep them warm and it's really it really is a good thing to do to be able to help someone that's just
Yeah,
suffering, that's going through a hard time.
yeah.
Um, was there like a favorite part of doing that just gave you joy inside, being able to see the homeless?
Yeah, there were just a few that we got out. It was cold. We gave them a plate of food, and like, there was a couple of them that just hugged us. And that's just a whole different feeling. That it's not like you go out and do it just to try to say you done it. Like it's the feeling of like, oh, this made this person's day. Now they have food to eat for the night. So that's what that's all about. And it's not about putting it on social media or anything like that. It's we're really all about helping people out, and we're going to continue to do that as much as we can.
Yeah. I mean, have to pay it forward.
Yeah,
You
for
just never
sure.
know. You never know what people are going through. And so through CHW as well, I know we've done a lot of fundraisers
Yeah.
over the course of the last few months. You want to share about anything that you've done recently with the promotion as far as like giving back?
I think Bubba Earps, his mom had passed, and we done a certain amount of the proceeds we kind of donated, and it wasn't much, but we done that. Actually, I think it was for his maybe his fiance that had passed. I can't remember which one it was, but we tried to get some money together for him to help pay for stuff like that. And I believe we're going to try to. We just had a friend that we've known for years. She just passed, and I think we're going to try to get some, a little donation set up for her to help pay for the funeral and all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard when you lose someone that you've known for so long and to be able to
Yeah,
help them out in a situation like that.
yeah,
It just goes a long way, to be there for
it does.
someone.
Yeah,
To you, why do you feel passionate about giving back to the community?
it's just knowing that you can make somebody's day better by the littlest thing. You can walk up to someone and give them like I said, a plate, $5 or whatever the case may be. It just makes their day a lot better because I may have things that I won't need, but maybe the guy that's living on the corner he may not have nothing. So instead of throwing some old shoes away or some old clothes, we just give them to whoever that may need them. You know that's just anywhere. You're not gonna if you got a big chunk of plate of food left over, you're not gonna throw it away or stuff like that. You can just go give it to somebody and make their day a lot better.
Exactly. It's all about putting a smile on someone's face.
Yep.
Now, where do you see yourself in wrestling? What's your ultimate goal?
Um, I just I just want to be there, and eventually I just want to try to be over more of the business itself, and help run it more. Take a lot more stress off of my parents from doing it, and hopefully me and Chris can just pretty much take over all of it and take off a lot of stress from them.
Yeah, I mean, running the company sounds like a great idea. It's a
Yeah.
part of that, it's a part of the family business.
Yeah.
And
Yes, sir.
it's amazing to see what CHW has done, what you all are doing, and I definitely see that legacy continuing to grow in the Green family for years to come.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Stephen, thanks so much for coming on to Wrestling with Heart. It means a lot to me and to my listeners and viewers that are watching this on YouTube. Where can people find out more about you on social media? And
Actually, I mean, honestly, I don't have social media. Uh, I just feel like it takes up so much of people's time. Um, you could drive down the road or on the interstate and you look over and somebody's on social media. I rather enjoy life and reality rather than being on the phone swiping up all the time.
understandable. Well, if you want to plug it, feel free to plug anything that you want to. I know CHW's got some shows coming up. Where can people find out more about them? And where can people find out more about the promotion?
The CHW's got a Facebook page. They have a YouTube page that you can find all the information on. Honestly, you could probably go to any little small store around any county pretty much and find a flyer. We're always passing out flyers for the show. I believe there's an Instagram for it. So yeah, you can find all that there, or you could contact, my dad, my mom, or Chris. He has a Facebook as well. So, but yeah, you can find all the information there.
All right. Well, Stephen, thanks so much again, and you're more than welcome to come back.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
Yes, sir. You too.
This is Wrestling with Heart. I hope you found this podcast to be informative and entertaining. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and look out for the next edition.